I'm going to be the next speaker since Nathan is not here, and so I'll welcome myself. I'm Julian Smart-Rimple, and I'm going to be speaking on Can You See Me? I'm sorry, the title of my speech is Can You Hear Me? Taylor that in.
Okay.
Hello? KG? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? You must have Boost Mobile or something. Can you hear me? Yeah, Jordan. Jordan! Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Gosh, what's wrong with my service? Sprint gotta get their signals together. Stan, are you coming to the meeting this evening? What? What happened? No, I can't hear you. You're cutting out. No, I said I can't hear you. You're cutting out. I can't hear you. You're cutting out. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, today I'm going to talk to us a little bit about this problem that we all have. It's not necessarily one of the big problems that we're going to be talking about tonight on the debates with the presidency. It's not a debt crisis. It's not an obesity crisis. It's not an education problem. I'm talking today to all of us about our communication issues. Our communication issues here in the U.S., wherever you are. We have to get a hold on why we cannot communicate effectively. Not just communicate, effectively. The reason why I started off my speech by talking on the phone is because many of us love, and I mean love, to hold relationships through our cell phones. Hold our relationships not through word of mouth, not through face-to-face interactions, not through I can go check on you. I'll be there in a couple days to make sure that everything is all right. But by our phones. How do we expect to be connected to each other with being able to touch base with you, Jordan, on a phone, a device, technology? Should we blame Steve Jobs? Should we blame Michael Dell? Should we blame any of the tycoons that have blown up this technology stream we have here in the U.S. especially? 9 out of 10 people who they surveyed at most colleges here in the U.S. said that they would rather receive communication through a text message than an actual phone call. That's my generation, X and Y. We have to blame for that. If you're not in our generation, this doesn't really apply to you, but some of us in the room are out of the X and Y generation. You still fall into the category, though. You still fall into the category. A text message over a phone call. You could text your mother in a different state to ask, how are you doing? But can you call or even spend the time to write a letter even nowadays to let people know you care? A text message does not show emotion, as they quote unquote put it in a lot of these books that come out, text messaging for dummies. exclamation point, exclamation point, holla. The ebonics, the slangs that we use in text, does that show that we're actually trying to get through to someone? Are we trying to be short and to the point, or are we trying to be actually connected? I think we're all here today because we want to get connected. We want to get a grasp on this communication issue. Many of us don't know how to communicate with one another. Many of us can't even come up to the front and give a simple 2-minute speech off the top of their head on a given subject that they're given. Many of us would rather send an email breaking up with a friend or a spouse or a boyfriend or a girlfriend. An email. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hands because that's embarrassing. I've had a few of my friends that have told me they received an email or a text message, Stan. It's over, Stan. It's over. ... Jordan, it's over. I don't roll like that, but you know what I mean? An email. The work environment even makes it simple for these things to take place. You can't tell what the snootiness and what the backlash and what the undertone is in most of our employers, most of our supervisors' tone when they're speaking to us through an email. Their desk is right next to us. We're less than five centimeters away from them, but they can send an email to tell us that we're fired. Or they can send an email to tell us that you have a write-up. Or they can send an email to ask, why were you late today? Why were you late today, Jesse? When I can just stand up in a cubicle or walk out my office door and ask you to come in. That's connectivity. That's being connected. That's being able to come up to somebody and read their face, see what they're about, see internally what they're dealing with. We all have become very successful actors and actresses here in America and nationwide. We mask our feelings so well. And it comes, again, all through technology. Technology. This is something I just wanted to leave with us, that technology is not the life and it's not the death of us, but it does depend on how you use it. Thank you.